What a fascinating moment in Tudor history. In October 1562, the 29-year-old Elizabeth I faced a terrifying brush with death at Hampton Court Palace when she contracted smallpox, one of the era's most feared diseases. Imagine the panic coursing through the palace corridors as the young queen's life hung by a thread. How remarkable that even while battling this deadly illness, Elizabeth displayed her characteristic determination. She continued working, took baths to fight the fever, and even managed to write letters, including one to Mary, Queen of Scots, apologising for her brevity due to a hot fever. Isn't it incredible how she maintained her royal duties even in such dire circumstances? The situation created a fascinating political crisis. Here was England's last surviving Tudor monarch, unmarried and without an heir, potentially on her deathbed. The Spanish ambassador's dramatic report that she was in great danger and might die within a few days must have sent shockwaves through European courts. What's particularly intriguing is Elizabeth's steadfast resistance to marriage, despite immense pressure. She'd boldly declared her intention to live and die a virgin, yet few believed her. In a world where queens were expected to produce heirs, wasn't it extraordinary how she cleverly used her unmarried status to maintain diplomatic advantages, while avoiding the pitfalls of choosing either a foreign or domestic husband? The scene at Hampton Court during this crisis is simply captivating. As Elizabeth lay ill, her council hurriedly met elsewhere in the palace, splitting along religious lines to debate potential successors. Just imagine the whispered conversations, the political manoeuvring, and the genuine fear of another potential civil war, like the Wars of the Roses. Who would have thought that a case of smallpox could bring such dramatic political intrigue to the Tudor court? Imagine Hampton Court Palace in 1562, where a 29-year-old Queen Elizabeth I lay fighting smallpox while her courtiers played a rather dangerous game of royal musical chairs. The palace buzzed like a beehive of intrigue, with everyone whispering about who might get to wear the crown next. Quite bold considering the Queen wasn't actually dead yet. What's particularly fascinating is how the succession drama turned into a religious tug-of-war. On one side, we had the Catholics splitting their loyalties between Mary, Queen of Scots, and Lady Margaret Douglas, while the Protestants were Team Catherine Grey and Henry Hastings. Meanwhile, Elizabeth's former brother-in-law, Philip II of Spain, was lurking in the shadows like a hungry cat eyeing the English cream. Here's the delicious twist. Elizabeth didn't die. She pulled through like a true Tudor, though there's an intriguing mystery about her face afterward. Some said she was as fresh as a daisy, while others whispered about horrible scarring. Could this explain her famous white lead makeup obsession? It's like the Tudor version of a medieval Instagram filter. The real spice in this royal stew was Elizabeth's reaction when she learned about her council's succession plotting. Instead of being grateful for their preparation, she went full Tudor temper, weeping with rage and holding on to that anger for months. Talk about holding a grudge. She certainly inherited her father's dramatic flair. The story takes a ghostly turn with poor Sybil Penn, Elizabeth's devoted nurse, who caught the smallpox while caring for her queen and died. But here's the spine-tingling bit. She apparently loved Hampton Court so much that she stuck around as the Grey Lady, still wandering the halls today. Now that's what you call job dedication, continuing your service even after death.